and we are underway. It will be Mr. Football starting off with the ball first at the 25-yard line. Let's get to know these players a little better. Starting off with VY, 26 years old, New Jersey native, the Madden 18 Giants Club champion, 35,000 and change. And TD, talking with the crew, they say VY is one of the most invaluable people in the community to lab against.
Without a doubt. This guy's like a mad scientist, genius when it comes to finding glitchy things in Madden. It's going to be a unique playbook. Like we said, Final Four back in the Madden 19 Challenge, made a deep run in the bowl as well. So he's going to be very prepared labbing with that EMB crew.
We'd like to give you a MUT item to watch for every player. And let's go defense for VY. Tyler Davis, how about Lawrence Taylor with edge threat?
Yeah, we haven't seen a lot of these edge threats this year, but Lawrence Taylor, I mean, a MUT legend, one of the greatest NFL players, and one of the greatest Madden guys ever. So interested to see if he can get some sacks for VY's defense.
He will attempt to take down Mr. Football, a.k.a. John Britt IV, 21 years old, Eugene, Oregon native, going to the University of Oregon right now, a Patriots Club semifinalist last year. And TD, talking with this guy, he's got a ton of energy, super excited to play, but he knows this is his biggest opportunity yet in the MCS.
Yeah, he told us this is his biggest game of all time, so he's very ready for this moment. Full-time student, accounting major. I can't wait to see what he does here on the virtual gridiron.
Taking a look at his MUT item to watch. How about the tight end carousel we have seen here in competitive Madden? Chris Cooley making plays.
He told us, Nick, last night, this Chris Cooley, in his words, the best player in MUT right now with that tight end apprentice and that Vanguard. Look for that Chris Cooley a lot tonight on a lot of these rosters.
Let's get this game underway. Saw people talking on Twitter. Ty, I think everybody's excited to see which way this game go. We saw it from Mo and User. They went opposite ways, and I think that's the biggest sign that this game should be incredibly competitive.
I think the other three games might be more of a they're more of a heavy favorite versus underdog type of battle, but this one more equally matched. Like I said, you know, VY does have the experience factor, has the winnings advantage a little bit, but Mr. Football, man, he's really come onto the scene, especially this year, has a lot of momentum, a lot of steam going into this game.
For those just joining us, if it's your first time checking out competitive Madden, hope you'll enjoy your evening here. Tyler, you saw right there a delay game, a common gentleman's agreement here in the competitive game of Madden.
A little gentleman's agreement to start it off. You know, both guys want to get their audibles, their substitutions set on offense and defense. Now, VY, he's very interesting. He's unorthodox. He likes to hit the lab hard. He always has some unique kind of run schemes. He's going to need some passing, obviously, as well. But you might see some formations we haven't really seen. He's in the Baltimore Ravens offensive playbook. And then here we see Mr. Football, who is in the he's in the Seattle Seahawks offensive playbook.
He's going to start off a little strong eye formation with Brett Favre at the helm. And he's got a man open. That's Reggie Bush. That's a broken coverage. Bush in open space. Play one. Play time. God. Mr. Football is here. And look at this stare into the camera from the confident young man from Eugene, Oregon. A touchdown on the first play.
First play of the game, Mr. Football goes the distance, and he gives a little look into the camera like, hey, hello, I'm here to play.
He says he's an accounting major right now. I don't know if he was accounting on that play to kick things off. That's got to get some of those nerves out of the way.
Yeah, that's huge. VY got to be a little shook. First play of the game, blown coverage. Reggie Bush just wide open, and he goes to the end zone.
Way too easy. Tyler, what happened here?
Just a blown coverage, a streak from Reggie Bush out of the backfield, lined up at fullback, and no one, and I mean no one, is catching Reggie Bush in the open field.
Try to get over there with the user on TaylorMade. Let's look at this one more time, right into the camera. Smile for him, young fella. It was like a half smile. But that's got it for the nerves, TD. For a guy who said this is my biggest game in the MCS ever, obviously I'm going to be nervous. Kicking things off with a touchdown, it's got to get that deep breath.
Couldn't feel any better. You know, the nerves kicked in, his biggest game, doesn't have the experience advantage, and to get a first play touchdown like that, for VY, a very mental mistake. You know, giving up a blown coverage, just a streak out of the backfield. Super simple, but effective. And now here we go. We see VY. So he's in the Baltimore Ravens offensive playbook. We have not seen this a lot.
VY? Oh, gun away?
He's got a little, looks like he's come out in a QB power, Nick, out of this gun wing. So look for some interesting formations here.
And it is Josh Allen at quarterback for VY. You can already see it was like silence on the first drive. Now that Mr. Football is on top, talking a little more. An audible down, a little single back formation. He'll hand it off to Reggie Bush. Trying to get the Reggie Bush magic on play number 1. He'll pick up 2.
A little power O RPO bubble right there. He took the power O to the left side. He also had that bubble RPO to the right side with some space. So maybe he might go back to that. But those power O's, really the meta now as we head into the run game here later in the Madden 21 season.
Madden 20 was all stretch and dive. Madden 21, it's power O's and 0-1 traps. He's got the corner out if he wants him, and he does. That's Chad Johnson to the 48-yard line. So VY, 2 plays, he's already at midfield.
That's beautiful, beautiful concept right there by VY. Just a flood right
cute.
there, the wide side of the field. He had a little table route, a corner route behind it versus football zone, and that's just wide open.
Hear a little bit of chirping to kick things off. Here in Atlanta, 4 hours of Madden action tonight. The field is starting to take shape as that's Kyler Murray into the game in that gun wing.
Okay.
Take the read at option 13 yards for a first down.
Yeah, you see he subs in Kyler Murray to go with a little QB wrap out of the spread formation. We haven't seen a lot of that. That's what I was trying to point out. VY always has some gimmicky, glitchy stuff that he usually cooks up. He goes to it right there for a big play with Kyler Murray.
Allen rolling right. Looking for that corner out. It's not there, so how about he'll find the aforementioned Chris Cooley. Man, Ty, we've seen a lot of tight ends in play here in competitive Madden this year. Darren Waller, Vernon Davis, Todd Heap. Now Chris Cooley seems to be the hip choice.
Yeah, Chris Cooley's super popular now. Chris Cooley in his NFL career was very versatile. Can use him a lot of ways here in Madden. You see VY going to that tight end delay fade, which has become very popular lately.
Kyler Murray trying to get some room out around the outside. Good defense there by Jackson. They'll lose one.
Goes back to that QB wrap. So I don't believe you can hand that off. It does look like a read option, but you cannot hand that off to the running back in those situations. So if you're Mr. Football, you want to recognize that. Maybe set your option defense to conservative so that it plays the quarterback to get prepared for those type of situations.
2nd 11, Allen back into the game at quarterback. Looking left side, he's got Cooley once again out of bounds at the 3-yard line. Boy, Ty, if there's anybody who had doubts to how good Josh Allen was, I feel like this weekend he put some of those doubts to rest.
Man, how good was he last night? I mean, he's got to be in that MVP discussion when you're talking about guys like Mahomes and Rodgers. I've got to put him up there, especially after last night, going into Arizona because San Francisco playing there. But I know they're kind of banged up on defense, but man, what a performance that was.
And why not? Give it to the man who scored for Mr. Football.
Legend, am I really this cold? I'm really too young to be feeling this old.
We got karaoke going here. Ty, game on. What do you want to sing?
Oh, I don't know. What do I want to sing? A little Taylor Swift, maybe? I'm just kidding. But
oh, yeah.
Great drive right there by VY. Great drive by VY. Way to retaliate. Way to come back. He was very balanced too there, Nick. You know, we saw a couple of those runs. We saw a QB wrap. We saw the passing with the post route. As we see on the replay here, just a little simple halfback dive. Reggie Bush up the middle. But I was impressed with VY's performance to come back, tie this ball game up.
Punch, counter punch. That's how we've started here in Atlanta. Mr. Football, I don't know. He hosts his first play of this drive. Goes as well as the first play of the last drive. Was able to house that one. They'll go into the I formation and give it to Adrian Peterson taking the carry. First play went 75 yards. Second play goes 3.
By the way, Nick, I'm a huge Whitney Houston guy, so that'll probably be my go-to choice.
That makes sense. Makes sense. You have nothing.
Come on, 146. Please. Please, 146.
Oh, he's begging for the 146. He wants to audible down. That's what he wants here. Going to the gun bunch now. So you see both guys kind of switching up their formations. I like this. They're not staying in one formation. These guys are very unique with their play styles.
2nd and 7 out of the bunch. Hill motioned out, then motioned back in. And Favre will take off. And he'll slide down. Not going to risk a QB hit. He'll pick up 5.
And there's been a big debate on who the best quarterback in mud is. Is it Josh Allen? Is it Brett Favre? And a lot of guys sometimes lean Allen because of the mobility, but you see right there, Favre gets it done with no spy there, able to take it up the middle. You see VY in that big double A-gap nickel, looking to bring maybe the mid-blitz here.
3rd and 1. Favre stepping up. Good pocket, but nowhere to go, and he's going to take the sack from a 3rd and 1 to about a 4th and 7. And They'll call it 4th and 9. He's got to hurry back to the line, trying to catch VY in this defense.
Great coverage sack right there by VY. Mr. Football going a little tempo. See what he cooks up. Man-to-man coverage using some motion.
If VY can get a stop here, will the game have changed from that very first play over the middle? He's got him. Possession catch. Ocho Cinco picks up 10.
Clutch dot right there by Mr. Football. A little motion slant. How good are those motion slants? For any guys out there trying to play competitive Madden, when you see man-to-man coverage, get those motion slants into your offense. Always usually can beat that man with a lot of speed. And you see he had a kind of a slant post combo. Just a great cook up, great dot right there by Mr. Football to convert on a crucial 4th down.
32 seconds and counting in the first quarter. Bunch tight end action. He's going to take a delay of game. It's a crucial 5-yard penalty.
Taking a little bit too much time right there. Audibling from Bunch over to Bunch tight end. Going back to the Bunch tight end, and VY staying in that double A gap.
Now 1st and 15. Hands it off. That's Reggie Bush. Somehow finds his way for 6. Didn't look like there was a ton of room up the middle there, TD, but he found his way for a good gain.
Didn't look like much there. Went to the halfback wham out of the single back deuce close. Able to kind of shake off a couple guys and get some positive yardage.
Well, after one, we stay where we thought we'd be. A close game, all tied up, 7 apiece.
I don't like the way this game is
quarters
played so far, but we'll turn up.
Go. So you hear Mr. Football saying, doesn't like how the game was played so far. I mean, you scored on your first play. You got to be kind of happy about that. Favre stepping right. He's going to try to throw to that crosser, but VY's so good on defense. And he'll pick that one off, go the other way. It's prime time with a pick.
Come on, Brett.
Every day never gets
right
old.
there.
There was a G code.
As we hear some more karaoke, but just a bad read right there by Mr. Football. I mean, the guy was in the zone. He had man-to-man coverage, but there was a zone on the sidelines that he just can't throw that. He should have took off with his quarterback for a couple yards. Bad decision. VY takes advantage, and you hear him. He's all excited about it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Tyler. I couldn't hear you. Were you saying something?
Yeah, I should have just went quiet. I don't think anyone heard anything I just said.
2nd and 4. Allen outside of the pocket. He's got the corner route one more time. Did he get the feet in bounds? He did to the 39-yard line.
Nice little corner route. We saw him go back to that. We saw him do that earlier. He goes right back to it. Just a little flood concept out of that gun wing formation. You see, what's so interesting about this formation, Nick, is it's gun wing, so it's a 2 tight end personnel, but he's actually using a package to be able to get a receiver there at the other tight end spot. So it actually turns into 3 receiver personnel, which makes this offense much more lethal.
2 tight ends, 2 wide receivers. And how about a handoff? Reggie Bush. And Reggie Bush with all sorts of running room. He'll pick up a full 11 and another 1st down. VY's offense not slowed down whatsoever.
And back to my point, that's what's so cool about Madden 21, the new personnel audibling. He's able to get he's in a 2 tight end formation, but he's able to get 3 receivers in there, really maybe catching Mr. Football off guard. Because remember, we talked to Mr. Football, and he had no idea what VY was going to run. So I think VY, with his unorthodox style, catching football a little off guard.
Come on.
Nice stop on 1st down, only a yard for Bush. VY electrify. Had some success in this tournament. Certainly the veteran of this matchup, TD. As we get later in the game, that might come into play.
Yeah, you know, he's done Giants Club the last few years, won the Madden 18 Giants Club championship. He actually joined the EMB crew, I think the year after that, or last year, and Evil O was in that crew, and he said Evil O kind of whooped him a lot in the Giants Club. So he left the Giants Club, came over to the Falcons because he believes it's a little bit easier, and so far so good.
They're down at 5. Allen on his own lineman. Now he's got all sorts of room to run, and he'll pick up that 1st down.
Play my gas right now. Let's fuck
Did VY take your spot in EMB? Is that what happened?
So the rumor on the street is, but it
was all patched up this weekend with the Chunky Invitational.
Oh yeah. Joke is my guy no matter what.
1st down at 10. Nearing the 2-minute warning. Kyler Murray back into the game. This time he'll hand it to Reggie Bush, and Reggie Bush has an intimate meeting with Mr. Football's defense. Big hit after the gain of 1.
Yeah, great defense right there, stepping up for himself. But what a drive so far by VY. He's looked pretty unstoppable on offense. I mean, football hasn't had an answer for him. And staying in that gun wing formation, you saw that mobility with Josh Allen when he scrambled for that first down. You know, escape artists not really needed this year using that gunslinger, but Josh Allen does have that mobility when needed.
And if you need a little more mobility, he'll bring in Kyler Murray, 2nd and 9, looking for the in-route, diving catch, got him, one-on-one matchup.
RP, Vivian Blake.
I have no idea what he just said, Nick. I don't know any of those lyrics, but he's looking good on offense, right? So that's all that matters.
That's how I sing when I don't know the lyrics to a song. Yeah.
Exactly.
Fun fact, song he's singing is Smash Mouth All-Star. Yeah,
Ooh,
who knew?
that's a classic jam.
First and goal, stretch run for Bush. He said his hopes after hopefully winning a belt in Madden would be to go and compete on the field.
This is so bad.
Both these guys got a lot of juice today. They're letting it show out here. Let's see if Mr. Football has a defensive stand. VY went with a pistol stretch on that last play, which you don't see often.
Murray hands it to Bush. Good defense from Mr. Football. Is it the 6 o'clock time slot? Is it these guys are just a little more awake for this early game?
Maybe. It could be the nerves. They're just trying to get it out. I don't know what the case may be, but if you're Mr. Football right here, this is a crucial stop. Hold him to 3 after he just had this phenomenal drive, milked all this clock. You got to hold him to 3 right here.
3rd and goal. It's Davis in motion to the right side. Murray will keep it on the read option, and will get met immediately. Nowhere to go. Mr. Football with the stop, and he'll get a chance for a drive at the end of the first half.
And that's where it gets so tough, that red zone. We've seen it so many times in these games. The red zone can be a deciding factor in the ball game. VY going with some gimmicky plays there, you know, pistol, little QB wrap. Mr. Football has the answer for it. So he's going to have some time. I know he has no timeouts, but he still should have about a minute and 10 left. But if you're VY, not a bad drive. You used a lot of clock.
116. 116, no timeouts in a dream.
I mean, yeah, you have a second half, Mr. Football.
Oh, you called timeout.
Wait,
go for this.
Did you hear what he said, though? I have a minute 10, no timeouts, and a dream.
Respect.
His dream is to be leading at halftime. I guess. Ball is down, kick is up, it's good. 10-7. EMB's VY Electrify takes the lead, minute 14 to go in the half.
VY in a good spot, does get ball at half as well. So if you're Mr. Football, though, plenty of time here. You know, you're going to have to get out of bounds. That runoff is more critical this year than it has been in years past, especially with no timeouts. So look for Mr. Football. Maybe you can get one over the middle, get up there, hurry up and spike it, and then you got to start hitting the out of bounds passes, try to get in the field goal range.
If you have to see Mr. Football have any success stretching the field, remember his touchdown was a quick pass to Reggie Bush. He's been mostly underneath, and the one pass he tried to stretch the field ended up throwing a pick. Favre on first down. Quick pass to the flat. That's Reggie Bush. And another bit of a blown coverage. How about Bush picking up 24 on the play?
Yeah, you know, he hasn't looked great on offense, but it's been 2 kind of blown coverages from VY to Reggie Bush, letting Mr. Football stay alive in this game. And Mr. Football, he started the game in that strong H-wing. You know, I know there's not a lot of time here, but his second drive, he should have went back to that. Now he's strictly in the gun bunch. I think VY is going to be very prepared for that.
1st and 10. Showing a lot of pressure up the middle. They'll drop off the user, but here comes the blitz. Great job just getting rid of that.
He was going to have a guy wide open on that out route right there. He just got hit as he threw it. If he had a second more, he would have got that pass off for a big play. Probably got out of bounds. So fortunate break for VY.
2nd down and 10. Brett Favre. Downfield.
When you're this hot, everybody's a critic. When you're this hot, everybody's a midget. All this mean mugging from mean nothing. The position is one you dreamed of. Went from quarter to broke to half past rich.
Did his volume get turned up? Hello?
Let him know, VY. He's mean mugging out here. Let's go. Big third down for football right here.
Favre, 3rd down. He'll take off. He'll pick up about 5. It's going to be 4th and 3. Clock running under 35 seconds to go. Dropping back. Oh, how about the route combo there? A little baby out route to Chad Johnson. He'll spike it with 13 seconds left, which tells me, TD, he's going to take a shot towards the end zone.
Yeah, but you might want to take your field goal here. Those edge threats for VY are really coming off the edge.
I
noticed on that
feel like
last
doing
play.
something stupid. I really do. I'm gonna calm myself down, but I really felt like doing something stupid.
See, a smart decision though here by footballs. This is the smart decision because 13 seconds. If you get sacked or anything, this half is over. You got to take these points, tie the ball game going into the half.
It is up. It is good. 10-10. Nice little drive before the half for Mr. Football to tie this game up, leaving only 9 seconds on the clock.
Yeah, man. I just started to notice those edge threats from VY. They're really coming off the line.
Crazy, it's gonna be 10-10 at half. I played pretty rough this half. Not gonna cap.
You gotta love when you get the live mid-game analysis.
Yeah, we got the analysis from football and we got the karaoke from VY. What more could you ask for?
We got the analysis from football. We got the halftime show from VY.
Can you weep? Yeah.
Coming up next, VY will do his rendition of Snow's Informer. Informer. Shout out to anybody who heard that song in the 90s. Stretch road for Bush.
Thoughts on that?
Let this run to halftime, and we will sit here all tied up. TD, the 20-minute game, it's turned into a 10-minute game. Does either player, do you feel like in your mind, have an edge right now?
I'd probably say VY just because he's getting the ball to start the second half. I mean, this has been dead even, kind of what we expected going in. No guy really had the advantage, and that's what we've seen so far, 10-10. But I do give the advantage to VY slightly because he does get the ball to start the second half here.
Halftime in the ATL, 10-all the score. VY will have the ball to start the second half. We'll see what musical renditions he has as we close this game out. Guys, don't forget, coming up tonight on Derwin James vs. the World, presented by Oakley, Derwin goes for 13-0 against maybe his most dangerous foe yet in teammate and Charger star wide receiver Keenan Allen. That's tonight following the NFC South Club Finals right here, twitch.tv/EA Madden NFL. Should be an absolutely fantastic battle. And we're all kind of rooting for Keenan. Guys, December 19th and 20th, the Apex Legends Global Series Autumn Circuit showcases the best Apex players in their super regions as they go head-to-head to compete for their share of a $500,000 prize pool. Coverage starts Saturday, December 19th at 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Stay tuned to twitch.tv/playapex to catch all the action. JD, you an Apex fan? You hop on the Apex Legends?
Not a big Apex guy, man. I'm strictly sports, baby.
No surprise here as a big boy myself. I love the big boys in Apex. A little Caustic, a little Gibraltar. What don't you love?
Speaking a different language to me, but I'm all for it, man. I love competitive
I could have made
gaming,
up 2 names. You wouldn't have corrected me. Yeah, I love my 2 favorite people in Apex, Greg and the Orange. They're my favorite.
I like the Orange. I'd root for him.
1st and 10. A little RPO action. This should be an illegal receiver downfield.
No,
it is indeed.
Fine. Second down.
Yes, he didn't want the penalty.
Jeez. Anyways, so.
Oh my God, this guy's terrible, dude.
VY, Nick,
what's up?
VY labs with Franchise from the EMB crew, and we saw Franchise run those gimmicky screen things that didn't work out for him. So maybe VY going to a little bit of that playbook here, a little rollout. Good defense right there by football. He used everything right there. Phenomenal defense.
Third down and 6.
Yeah, I can
First drive of the second half.
Versus? Oh, you're a demon.
Allen. Pressure up
You
the
think
middle.
you're better than you are, homie. You think you are better than you are. Holy shit.
Kendall Fuller with the wheels right down Broad Street.
Screaming just right up the A-gap.
You are not
Untouched.
good enough to pass on
I felt like we were just playing Madden 10 back here, Madden 09 with these A-gap nanos. He just came free up the middle. No one was even there, and that's a big turn of events right there for Mr. Football, and he's going to have perfect field.
Well, now an opportunity for Mr. Football. Ty had the lone turnover of the first half, but he's able to get back on the clock with the stop of VY, and he's got pretty good field position at the 43.
That was a big stop coming out in this bunch tight end. I want to see him audible down a little bit more, though. He had some success in that strong H wing. I don't want him to get one-dimensional. He's going to quick hike him.
Marv on 1st and 10, looking over the top. Does he have Terry? He's got Murder down to the 3-yard line.
Take the top off at one time.
Big time dot right there by Mr. Football. Terry McLaurin, all that speed over the top, burns the man-to-man coverage, and he's in business at the 3-yard line.
Now does he have a goal line offense? And TD, I don't know how many people, this is the joy of Ultimate Team. I mean, how often do you think people would expect Terry McLaurin to be absolutely burning Deion Sanders one-on-one?
Yeah, you don't expect that. Terry McLaurin, not known as a burner, known as more of a pure receiver. But once again, man, this red zone is where it gets so tough. Both these guys, red zone offense has been lacking. It's just sticking with these power O's and these fullback dives, man. You guys got to get a little bit more creative to cook up some red zone dots, some goal line dots.
I'm running fullback dive. I'm running fullback dive.
He's not running fullback dive.
Shit, he ain't fall for it.
He tried to bamboozle him.
It's either fullback dive or power O in these situations, and both these guys know that. They're both prepared for it. You can tell VY it's power O, it's fullback dive. VY knows it's one of the two coming. It's not like he's playing a huge guessing game with him here. But 3rd and goal, he's going to the bunch tight end.
Is Mr. Football trying to out karaoke VY? Is that what's happening here?
Get out there, Reggie. Be quick hiking this. Be quick hiking this. Get out there. Get out there, young man.
Trying to get outside.
Let's go.
And he's got the end zone touchdown for Mr. Football.
I don't know if I'd pick PAT or not.
That's a big-time run right there by Mr. Football. Reggie Bush has been his MVP. First play of the game, big touchdown, and now on 3rd and goal when it's tough, he gets to the outside and gets in for a big touchdown to go up 7.
We got a lead on VY Electrify in the second half. Just make him pass, baby. Make him fucking pass.
I'm gonna need the second half of that analysis, Mr. Football. You're gonna be a commentator. We need the why. We need the what just happened. That's just a statement, man. Come on, you'll learn. Stretch run for Bush. He gets the edge. He gets the end zone.
Yeah, nice block out there by Chris Cooley, who we talked about earlier.
Get out there! Let's go!
See the emotion.
(17-10). Hand off to Bush, right up the middle. He'll pick up a first down. Nice little run for VY. You heard Mr. Football said make a pass, so VY ran it down his throat.
The triple.
It's been the Reggie Bush show for both guys here, especially for Mr. Football. That nice little stretch to the outside. Chris Cooley with that crazy block that sealed it. VY going back to Reggie here. Pretty good defense right there by Mr.
Pass. Like if you're obbling down against it, like what the fuck are you doing? Like it's my run.
How about Mr. Football coming out in the nickel triple, TD?
Yeah, it's gotten a little more steam lately in the community, this nickel triple. We haven't seen it much, though. Oh, and it's just come through the A-gap every time. He's out here glitching them on defense. That's the second A-gap, straight up the middle sack that we've seen from Mr. Football. Phenomenal defense, and now VY outside of his game. 3rd and 18, he doesn't like these type of situations. Let's see if Mr. Football dials it up. I think he's gonna in that 1-4-6 defense.
3rd and 18, it's Allen. Nowhere to go. He'll pick up a yard.
What?
Yeah, Nick, I don't know about that play call. He didn't even put Kyler Murray in. He did the QB power with Josh Allen, who does not have the type of
that Henry was shaking.
That Kyler Murray has.
This motherfucker right here is shaking. Oh, he is shaking. Oh, this is
Bad
my
play
prime
call.
game.
Bad
Oh my
play call
God.
by
He is
VY.
shivering.
And now a 17-10 lead. First cracks in the armor for VY. You saw just a little head shake. I think even he knew that was a mistake of a play call. Mr. Football looking to put this one away. 1st and 10. Favre. He's going to throw it up one more time. It's that man again. Terry McLaurin inside the red zone.
God, man.
It's just a laser show right now as you see our past Atlanta Falcons club champions. Boogs, if you remember last year, Nick, and I know you do, that field goal block was insanity. But what a dot right there. It's just he's just playing man-to-man coverage with no help over the top. And Mr. Football just has these elite receivers who's just getting separation.
Oh, and he has swerved him. Pushed to the end zone, and VY can't believe how this game has gotten away from him. They call him Mr. Football for a reason.
What a second half. What a turn of events. Mr. Football blowing this thing open, 14-point lead. The momentum has really shifted.
I think he just said it's over. Pretty sure. Still plenty of time for VY. .23 seconds left in the third quarter. Look at this one more time. Just hit him with the little El Toro. Just a little shimmy shake.
Yeah, Reggie Bush to the outside. Just a little shimmy shake to the inside, and he goes into the end zone clean.
First down and 10. VY looking for an answer to the 14 unanswered from Mr. Football. He'll hit a curl route. It's Tyreek Hill to the 35.
This is not really the game that VY wants to play. You know, he's not known as a prolific passer by any stretch. He's going to need to cook some up here in the fourth quarter.
Fours up in the chat. We got ourselves an interesting finish to this ball game. 24-10. Mr. Football with the lead. I'll take the snap, pressure up the middle.
Oh my God.
Pick up by DRC. Mr. Football with yet another big play on defense.
So obvious.
He dials it up again. The third time, straight through the A-gap, this time with a user rush. He forces VY to throw it quick, and he gets the pick. And that might have just sealed Mr. Football the Atlanta Falcons Club Championship. Phenomenal defense here in the second half by Mr. Football.
Ty, we talked to him before this game. He said he has a final coming up. After this game, doesn't look like he's got his mind on the final. He's just got his mind on this 5K.
Man, imagine you're about to win 5K, 7,500 total, getting into the final 32 for a chance to play for 150,000, and then you got to go take a final. I don't know how he's going to be able to focus on that at all.
He said he has a final coming up tonight. He's got another one due tomorrow. But he was focused on getting this win, and that focus is evident. Hit him with the spin cycle from Reggie Bush.
On the one time. One time for the one time. You heard?
And you couldn't ask for a better spot right now. Nice little spin move. Get up there. 3rd and 1 now. If you get another first down right here, it's really going to make it super difficult on VY. VY is down to his last leg right here. You got to get this stop on this 3rd down.
Up the middle for Peterson. And he will pick up that key first down, and that clock keeps ticking away. First down. Back to AP. This AP is tough, TD. We've seen it's been mostly Reggie Bush at halfback, but Peterson's starting to get some play.
This game's for $5,000, and I'm not losing off of fumbles, so here we are.
Yeah, that AP, he's just a beast. He falls forward all the time. What a great little backfield to have. Reggie Bush kind of for your outside runs and your passing, and then Peterson for these power O's, these up the middle runs to be able to run some of this clock.
Once I might run it that way.
And later, like.
2:26 and counting. Mr. Football with his Justin Bieber playlist on. Absolutely grooving. Peterson picks up one.
Stop calling him. This is over. Stop calling him. This was over the minute the ball was snapped.
Wow. I don't know about that. But
Yeah.
second half, I mean, definitely a second half type of performance to really put him over the top.
TD, you think this kid's got some confidence right now?
Oh, man, you can see it in him. He is swagging, he's dancing, he's vibing. I mean, I can't argue with him. He just won $7,500. He told us this was the biggest game of his Madden career, and boy, did he show up, and he really established himself as someone in this community.
I think he might have just been listening to the stream and wanted VY to stop singing. That really fueled him to victory.
Can't argue with that either.
You know, and TD, you know, a storyline we're seeing develop a little bit. And listen, in no way is it diminishing the talent. And of course, they've still got Joke to go.
Let's use the rush. Let's use the rush. Block it.
This is the continued struggles of EMB in the clubs. He's looking downfield, and that's picked off. That definitely ends this game. EMB has not had the club championships that they had hoped.
Yeah, you're right, Nick. They really haven't been.
PS4 though, so you could secure to like 2.5 grand. But see you later, bro.
Oh, he's coming at him now. He's really capping hard. Disrespecting him, he said.
What?
So,
when?
All I heard was some karaoke. I didn't hear a lot of disrespect.
Well,
but hey, there could have been some. We might have to ask him about this after the game. There could have been some pre-game chatter. I don't know, but to your point, Nick, EMB they definitely have struggled.
Each other.
I mean, compared to TNC, compared to some of these other crews, 818, but we still have Joke coming up, who is our Madden 20 Bowl champion. But I think it is a good argument. TNC has really owned EMB so far in the head-to-heads.
I'm gonna run this way now.
Another tough loss today for VY and EMB.
This one all but official as Mr. Football running down this clock. And TD, this is a little bit of a statement here from Mr. Football. He is not one to be overlooked. No doubt when we get to the end of today, we'll see what the NFC South looks like. But this is somebody who is playing at least as confidently as anybody going into January.
He seems very confident. You could tell he wanted this badly. He came in hungry for this biggest game of his life. And this whole game, he's really, he hasn't stopped talking from the start. I mean, since that first play of the game where he broke off that big, easy, blown coverage pass to Reggie Bush, he's been talking ever since. He hasn't let up, and you could tell he's got the passion, he's got the fire, and it's a big win for him.
I'm tired. I got a final after this. I'll run him.
Peterson to the 30. And for VY, another tough loss in the clubs. Still somebody so invaluable to the EMP crew for what he can draw up, but he was just simply outplayed today.
Yeah, it's been a tough couple years for VY in their clubs. So close, you know, these last few years. 19, 20, and now 21. You know, it's been tough. VY, a very talented player, man. Like I said, he's one of those mad scientist type of players where he's always labbing, finding things. So no doubt in my mind, we will see VY back.
Peterson will pick up the first down.
Let's go.
GG's in the chat. Mr. Football in the biggest game of his Madden career. He will secure $5,000 and a spot in the club championship. A fist pump